सत्संगे
दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे
दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे
तार हुए बाबा सिंदूरे
तारो हुए बाबा सिंदूरे
जहुदे मना श्री नंदनंदन अभय चरणर बेंदरे
बजाऊ रे मन श्री नंदनंदन अभय चरणर बेंदरे
सीतया तप बात परिजन हे दिन जामिले जागिरे
सीतया तप बात परिशन हे दिन जामिनी जागिरे
सीतया तप बात परिजन ये दिन जामिले जागिरे
सीतया तप बात परिजन हे दिन जामिनी जागिरे
विफल से विनु कृपल दुर्जन
विफल से विनु कृपन दुर्जन
विफल से विनु कृपल दुर्जन
विफल से विनु कृपन दुर्जन
चपल सुकलभ लागिरे
चपल सुकलभ लागिरे
चपल सुकलभ लागिरे चपल सुकलभ लागिरे बाजहु रे मन श्री नंदनंदन अभय चरणर बेंदरे धन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इति चे पर नीति रे धन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इति चे पर नीति रे ये धन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इति चे पर नीति रे धन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इति चे पर नीति कमल दल जल जीवन तलमल कमल जल जल जीवन तलमल बजहु हरि पद नीति रे बजहु हरि पद नीति रे बजहु जहो रे मना श्री नंद नंदन अभय चरण रविंद रे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पद सेवन दश रे पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन गोविंद दश रवि लाश रे गोविंद दश रवि लाश रे बाजहु रे मनसे नंदन नंदन अभय चरण रविंद रे बाजहु रे मना श्री नंदन नंदन अभय चरण रविंद रे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Jai Jai Shri Radhesha Nithai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo
Give him a round of applause. Bolo Jai Jagannath. So Everybody raise your hand. Bolo Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So in Jagannath Puri we just had the Patita Pavan Yatra. It's called Jagannath Rath Yatra as well. And Patita Pavan, why? Most of the year he's inside and you can't even go in. Well, those who are non-Hindus, they can't go in. But then the Lord decides to come out for whole, I think 9 days or 10 days, something like that. And then he does the return from Gundicha. The idea is from Sri Mandir, which is Dwarka. He goes to Vrindavan, which is Gundicha. And then he stays there for a while, and then he's coming back. Lakshmi has a problem with that. Because in Vrindavan, who's residing? Radharani and Yashoda Mata. So Lakshmi has a problem. Why are you leaving me and you're going there? So it's called Hera Panchami, and where she goes, and this her soldiers, they ruin one of the wheels, just temporarily as a gesture. So then he's not able to do the yatra back. And so on his return now, which is 2 days ago, she comes again to argue with him, and then she goes away. He hasn't quite reached the Sri Mandir, just stops him there. All this is wonderful, and tonight he's going to go into the Sri Mandir. And even then there'll be an argument. He'll be standing there at the gate, let me in, and she's at the top there, she's holding like that. And in the end, she decides they give rasgullas away. So if Vidur is there, Vidurani is there, a few others are there. So then that's what we did as well, give rasgullas. And then he's allowed to go in there. For us, devotees who have been associating with Jagannathji, Krishna and all that, that is Bhagwan. Others might see it as a deity or something like that. But to me, my heart just says that's the Supreme Lord. And while others are standing, Jagannath is the one who's moving because the crowds are watching him coming to climb on the Rath cart. And to me, it was like thousands and millions of eyes are looking at Jagannath, and Jagannath's eye is the most brilliant because his eyes are there and he's rocking like that. While everybody's standing still, one walking, and he's walking like dancing. And sometimes he really rolls on one side and thinking he's going to fall, you know. He's so excited that he's going to Vrindavan. When you know the Leela of Krishna and Dwarkadish, you realize what rasa is going on. So on the return yatra, everybody celebrates. I was feeling for Yashoda Mata, I was feeling for the gopis. They're saying, here we go, he goes again. Once a year he comes, now he's going back to Dwarka. Breaks her heart. So, but we're happy to take darshan of Jagannathji, but back home I'm thinking, Yashoda Mata will be broken-hearted, like he's going again. And yet he gets trolled by Lakshmi. Why I'm sharing this is, our culture doesn't just say God, he has names. And Tribhuvannath, Prannath, Gopinath, Radhanath. They're describing who he is. Whereas in English, they say God. And we Bharati people said G for generator, O for operator, D for destroyer. We're trying to give it a meaning, but otherwise God. You reverse it, it's dog. Anyway, so why do they worship my dog? We just went to Kenilworth Park because our cafe is there. I could smell kind of meat.
माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जनवल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी
जय गोपी जनवल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यमुना
तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी
जय गोपी जनवल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यमुना तीरवनचारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे
राम 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 हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Gaur Premanande Hari Gosharpad Ki Jai.
Invocation on the
Hare Krishna. So thank you all for being here. Speaker always needs listeners as well. So very kind of you. So we'll do the convocation first of all, and then we'll go on to verse 9:15, chapter 9, 15th verse, Bhagavad Gita. So if you have that on your phones, that'd be brilliant. So Om Agyan Timradhasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Savrupa Kadameyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatamitam Tam Sajiv Sadhuvetam Savadutam Krishna Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Adakanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpato Brehascha Kirpa Sindhuvayevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavbhyo Namo Nama Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedante Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Parcharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasdi Go Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Kroti Vachalam Pangum Langyete Grim Yat Kirpa Taham Vandeshi Gurun Tarnam Paramanandamadam Shitsanesham Hari Om Tassat Naram Namaskritya Naram Cheva Naruttamam Devim Sasvyatam Tato Jimadurya Nashna Presham Deshinitamasya Bhagavatam Shloka Bhakti Bhavati Nestiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Jai. Okay. Good.
I think you can turn the screen a little bit this way.
Okay, please repeat after me. Gyan yagnena chapi anye
Jnana chapi anye
janto mam upasate
janto mam upasate
ekatvena pratitvena
ekhatvena pratatvena
bahuda vishvato mukham
bahuda vishvato mukham
Gyan yagnena chapi anye
jnana yagnena chapi anye
janto mam upasate
janto mam upasate
ekatvena pratitvena
ekhatvena pratatvena
bahuda vishvato mukham.
bahuda vishvato mukham.
Okay, would somebody like to read that?
Yeah, can you expand it a bit, Prabhu? Because everybody, okay, now expand it. So they get the Sanskrit word. Okay. Jnana yogena chapi anye bolo.
Yagena chapi anye
Yajanto mam upasate.
janto mam upasate
Ekutvena prithaktvena.
ekatvena chitvena
Bahuda vishvato mukham.
bahuda vishvato mukham. Any Matajis want to? Yagena chapi anye
Janto mam upasate.
chate ekatvena pratitvena bahuda vishvato mukham. So Gyan Yagnena by cultivation of knowledge. Gyan Yagnena by cultivation. Repeat after me. Gyan Yagnena by cultivation of knowledge. Cha also. Api certainly. Anya others. Yajantaha sacrificing. Mam me. Upasate worship. Ekatvena in oneness. Pratitvena in duality. Bahuda in diversity. Vishvatha Mukham and in the universal form. Okay. I'll just do the translation if somebody like to read the purport. Others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form. So, you want to read the purport? You want to read? You want to read? I don't mind.
If he wants, no worries. Okay. This verse is the summary of previous verses. The Lord tells Arjuna that those who are purely in Krishna consciousness and do not know anything other than Krishna are called Mahatma. Yet there are other persons who are not exactly in the position of Mahatma, but who worship Krishna also in different ways. Some of them have already been described as the distressed, the financially destitute, the inquisitive, and those who are engaged in the cultivation of knowledge. But there are others who are still lower, and these are divided into three. First, he who worships himself as one with the Supreme Lord. Second, he who concocts some form of the Supreme Lord and worships that. And the third, he who accepts the universal form and the Vishvarupa of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and worships that. Out of the above three, the lowest, those who worship themselves as the Supreme Lord, thinking themselves to be the monists, are most predominant. Some people think themselves to be Supreme Lord, and in this mentality, they worship themselves. This is also a type of God worship, for they can understand that they are not the material body, but are actually spiritual soul. At least such a sense is prominent. Generally, the impersonalists worship the Supreme Lord in this way. The second class includes the worshippers of the demigods, those who by imagination consider any form to be the form of the Supreme Lord. And the third class includes those who cannot conceive of anything beyond the manifestation of this material universe. They consider the universe to be the supreme organism or entity and worship that. This universe is also a form of the Lord.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So, everybody here has read the Bhagavad Gita? Familiar with the Bhagavad Gita? You've read? Yes? You've been through Bhagavad Gita? At all? Yet? You have a Bhagavad Gita? Okay. So, I know you will have. Okay, so it's very important to read the Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So, because Bhagavad Gita is the foundation of your bhakti. Until you read Bhagavad Gita, you won't understand what, that's the instructions of Lord Krishna to us. He has spoken, that's his mind. What's in his mind, we must know. Then Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna, right? So there, Bhagavad Gita, he starts by speaking his mind. What is mind? He speaks by words. So very, very important. I mean, what more can we ask than God himself is speaking to us? Normally we hear about God, but then God speaks by himself to us. He's speaking for 45 minutes. And we get the whole Bhagavad Gita. We spend all our lives, trying to learn it. And as, there's layers in Bhagavad Gita. As we read it, then we read again, we'll see new things every time. There's something new. So very important. Please do read Bhagavad Gita. And once you get into it, you won't be able to stop reading. Seriously, I remember when we first read it, couldn't put it down. See, you're lying on the bed like this, like that. Reading, you want to finish it, but you can't finish it. You can't finish it. You have to read again and again. So, this is chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, right? There's confidential knowledge in the Bhagavad Gita. Then there's the very confidential knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. And then there's the most confidential knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. And because now we are in chapter 9, that's the most, here we have reached the most confidential knowledge. And so everything you hear or read in this, from this chapter onwards, this is like most confidential information that you can never work out yourself. You never be able to work it out. This is all come down in a displic succession. So Srila Prabhupada has translated this verse for us. And where did he get the information from? From his guru. And then where did he get it? From his guru, and all the way to Narad, Brahma, and Lord Krishna himself. All right? So this information will come from the Krishna himself. Like I said, he spoke it anyway to Arjuna, but it was lost, as explained, and then it had to be rediscovered later on. So this verse is talking about three kinds of worshippers. It's talking about the Mahatmas. There's the Mahatmas. And then it's talking about the people, pious type of people who are worshipping. And then there's the others, right? So there's Mahatmas, there's the pious people, and there's others. Now, who are these others? Well, till last week, I thought Messi was God. But then he proved me wrong. Up to that point, I thought he was God, because he could do no wrong. He could do miracles, right? Lionel Messi could do miracles, but then God proves human beings are limited. They have a shelf life. They have a beginning of glory, and then it ends. And the humans cry. He's given us tears. And then they cry because they couldn't achieve what they thought they were capable of achieving. So we are limited. And yet, people consider so many humans to be gods. That's like the others. Falgu Babas. Because they show a miracle, we think they're God. We accept them. They say, I'm God. We accept them as God. So you have to be very careful. You have to use your intelligence, who you accept as God. So anyway, the first, we talk about Mahatmas. And this is very important, Mahatmas. Who are Mahatmas? So in the previous verse, so it says this is a summary of the previous verses. This verse here, 15. So in the 14, mentioned who a Mahatma is. Who's a Mahatma? It says, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. And then Srila Prabhupada mentions the Mahatma cannot be manufactured by a robust stamping an ordinary man. So, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down for me. Are we doing that? Do we do that? Do we always chant Krishna's glories and endeavoring with great determination? We're not doing, right? We're not doing. I don't think we're doing. So we're not really Mahatmas. Not yet. We're not. We've got by Mahatma. Sorry, I'll take my words back. Yeah, we have a Mahatma by word and deed, by name and nature. Yes, we have Mahatma. Mahatma Prabhu, we have here, of course. And I'm just on time. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, so that's a Mahatma. And then we'll come back to the Mahatma a bit later on, because we'll need to come back to Mahatma. And then you have the fourth type of pious people. Why are they pious? Because they all go to Krishna for the material things, basically. They're asking for material things. But Krishna says they're still pious people because they're coming to me for whatever they want, right? So it's Chaturvida Bhujante Mam Jana Sukritano Arjuna Arto Jigyasu Artharthi Gyani Cha Bharat Shava. So there's 4 kinds of people. So first type is the people who are looking for wealth or distressed, right? Artho. They're distressed kind of people. They have a problem, right? Then there's Jigyasu, who are looking for just curious kind of people go to Krishna. So people in distress, I think Prabhuji mentioned early on about the dressed people. And then you have the people who are curious, just for curiosity. Sometimes we get somebody walking through the door, they sit here for 5-10 minutes, and they're gone. And I'm thinking, they were just curious. They were just curious. They wanted to know, what is this place? What happens here? And they're just curious. I've seen this building, people going in and out. Let's go and find out what's happening here. They're just curious. And then you have Artharthi, which is they want some money. They want wealth. Right? And then you have the Gyanis, who want to know about the absolute. They might not do anything about it, but they want to know what is this absolute all about. They really want to know, what this knowledge is. Oh, great son of Bharat, Krishna explains. Now, like I said, these 4 people, They consider material because they just want to know. They don't want to become devotees, right? If they even serve Krishna, they're exchanging their devotional service for something they want. Whereas bhakti is considered that is one-way traffic. You only serve Krishna, you don't want anything back. Then Krishna is really, he'll give you anyway, he'll give you everything you want, or that you need at least. He knows all your desires, but you should not be doing a transaction with him. There should be no transactional feeling, just like that. Now, the situation is, there is no love here. There is no love. Pious people, there is no love with Krishna. It's like a marriage. I think you're all single here, right? You youngsters look too happy to be married, right? Okay, we won't go into that. I'm happy. Probably very careful. I thought you knew.
She has a sixth sense.
Anyway, I'm just joking. So when you're nearly married, or when you're about to get married, you're thinking, what can this guy do for me? Right? What can he support me? Can he look after me? Will you have a good life? And the husband to be, or the husband thinking, will she look after me? Will she do the housework, or will I end up doing all myself? So there's this bargaining going on, that what can she do for me? And he's thinking, or she's thinking, what can he do for me? And the other way around. That's the thing. Now, what happens? Krishna doesn't mind that. He said, these are new people. Let them come to me. Let them come to me. It's okay. Sooner or later, something will develop. Something will happen. So it's like when the wedding, or when you're married for a while. So all married people know this. Once you've been married for a while, then you no longer care, really, that what can she do for me? Or she doesn't really care anymore, what can he do for me? You care, how can I make her happy? It's difficult, but how can I make her happy? And she's thinking, how can I please my husband, right? This is true fact, that now you want to please, the wife wants to please the husband, and the husband wants to please the wife. That relationship has changed, isn't it? The relationship has changed. Okay, let me ask you, you've probably heard this before. So your Valentine's Day, what color flowers would you give the girl that you love? What color flowers would you give? Red. Red?
Red roses. He's wearing a red kurta.
Red? Yeah. Red. That's the young lady there. Huh? You would expect red? No. Okay, that's the young lady there. What color flowers would you expect on Valentine's Day? Red, no? Well, actually, the answer, I know Shani Mata, she knew already the answer. You would give the color that she likes.
Who said that?
That is a fact. That is a fact.
All the shops sell red roses.
There's yellow. Yellow as well. Pink as well.
All my life, red heart. Red
Okay,
roses.
all right. Let's put it another way. You find out what color she likes, and then you give that color.
We don't know it by now what color she likes.
Well, anyway, I was going to tell you something, but maybe off the record. I'll tell you. Well, anyway, my point is that you find out not what you think is right. You find out what will make them happy. That's the idea. What color would make them happy. You give them that. Not what you think, is the official color or what's going. If she likes pink, then you give her pink color flowers, roses. That's the idea behind this, right? So this transaction, there's no more transaction. You want to make them happy. Now, so like I said, the situation changes. From the pious people, it goes on to a loving service. So Krishna's happy. He says, okay, 4 kinds of people are coming to me, but sooner or later they will change. And you get these grastas. Grastas are looking for wealth or they're distressed. When they go to Krishna, the grasta ashram, they are either some kind of issues they have, or they are looking for wealth. So they come to Krishna. Or they go to other demigods as well. I'm not saying that. But if they come to Krishna, Krishna is happy they came to me. Now there's a very good example of a devotee who was distressed and he was in need of wealth. Can anybody tell me who that was? He was distressed and he was in need of money. Mataji, anybody? Somebody who was distressed and he wanted wealth.
I think that most of the people are like that.
Well, you're distressed because you want money. But anyway, so there's a very good example. I mean, I can forgive because they have not read Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a personality in Srimad Bhagavatam who was distressed and he was in need of money. Okay, I'll tell you. Dhruva. He was distressed because, have you heard about Dhruv? Yeah? Because his stepmother would not let him sit on the lap of his father. And he was so distressed, he went and told his mother. And she said, you have to speak to Krishna, speak to Narayan. You have to go and find Narayan. Only he can, I can't help you because your father does not listen to me. You have to go to him. So he went into the jungle. He did a lot of tapasya. And Lord Narayan came to see him. And he wanted a kingdom better than his great-grandfather.
Better than Brahma's.
Yeah, that's great-grandfather, right? He wanted a kingdom better than his great-grandfather. And he got the pole star planet. You see the star that shines the brightest, that is the pole star. That is Dhruv planet, Dhruv Lok. So he was given that, but after meeting Narayan, he fell in love with him. He didn't want it anymore. He says, I don't want anything. Now I have your darshan. I don't want anything. You see? You see what I mean? That once you get in touch with Krishna, you won't want anything. But he gave to him anyway. This is the difference. He will still give it to you. If you say, I don't want it, I just want you. He says, you can have me and the rest as well. So Dhruva was given all that as well. So this is the point, that even pious people are okay. So Mahatma is perfect. Pious is still okay, because Krishna now, sooner or later, once you build a relationship, you won't care for anything. Your desires will be his desires, what Krishna wants. And this is what we're trying to achieve here. We want our desires in connection or in the same level as Krishna's desires. What Krishna wants, that's what we want. That is a perfect relationship. Right? And then we talk about these others, other kind of people. Who are these others? Actually, before that, let me look at this verse. So it's talking about this ekatvena, pratiktvena, bahuda, vishwasha, mukhanda. So these 3 kind of people. So anyway, we talk about the pious people that Srila Prabhupada is mentioning and the Mahatmas. And now we are coming to these others. Right? So these others are ekatvena, pratiktvena, and bahuda, vishwasha, vato, mukham. So this ekatvena, mentioned this verse. Who are ekatvena? Ekatvena is people who believe in oneness. Now they want to merge with God. Right? They want to become one. They're thinking that my soul is same quality. At least they believe in the soul, that there is a soul. Because some people don't even believe in the soul. They believe in the soul, that my soul is same as God, is spiritual, so I am also God. Right? So the problem there is that if you think my soul is God, so I must be God, there's a problem, is that now what you're doing, this is your soul here on this level, and God is on this level. So what are you doing? You're bringing God down to your level. This is offensive. You're bringing God down to your level. that oh, God is same level as me. Or you're taking yourself up to God's level. So that is offensive. You're thinking you're God. You bring yourself up to his level. So that's very, very dangerous thing to do. So yeah, that is an offense. Ekatvena is offensive thing to think that we can just merge and become one. They think we can, jyot mein samana na, we become one with God.
I'm just trying to understand the translation there. It says they worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second.
Ji.
Now that would, Christianities do that and Islam does that. So others are kafir. So would it mean that way as well? They don't think they are the Lord. They just see there's one Lord, like say Allah, but there's no other.
Yeah.
So you could understand it that way as well. But what you're saying is the impersonalists, they want to merge in a Mayavadi, Krishna Pradi. So there is that type as well. But if they consider like Allah or Jehovah as the one and others are not there, so do we accept that or not?
Yeah. So Mayavadis is extreme. Mayavadis is extreme. And you have like Brahmavadis, impersonalists, Nirankaris, like that. And Mayavadi is extreme because Mayavadis think that Krishna is material. They don't believe that he is God or spiritual form. So that is most offensive. When you think that Krishna himself is only material body, just like material like we are. This is why they are Krishna Aparadi. Whereas the impersonalists think that we are spiritual, Krishna's or God is spiritual, Brahman, we can merge into him. One day, this jyot will merge into the bigger jyot. But Srila Prabhupada explains that just because an aquatic is in the sea, it does not become the sea. It remains separate entity, right? So we are individuals. Each one of us are individual entities. And we will always remain individual. When we die, or even if we merge into God, we keep our individuality. This is the thing. You still be there. You'll be still thinking, what am I doing here? Or did I do the right thing? Your mind still be working. You won't lose your individuality. You still will be you. Even like when you die, and like from what we hear, the person thinking, oh my God, is that my body lying there? He's still thinking that individuality remains. The individuality is not the body here. This body can change. You can have a dog's body, cat's body. You're still an individual. You still have your own individuality. That is not taken away. And the other thing is with these people who want to merge into God, they have an issue about having a body, even spiritual body. They don't understand. They think spiritual body and material body same thing. They have a problem because they think that when I had a body, I served with this body so much, and what did I get in return? They are annoyed. They are fed up with having a body. And like when somebody sees, say, Gandhiji, they read about him. Gandhiji, he served his country, with heart and soul. He basically gave his life. He was doing like fasting for so many months and this and that. He did a lot for India, for his countrymen. And what happened in the end? His own countrymen killed him. So when somebody hears that this is what happens to you, you serve with your heart and soul, and we all been through it. Prabhuji knows, you give your heart and soul, and what do you get in return? You don't get any appreciation either, So when people become like that on a higher level, intensive, they don't want a body anymore. They think, now I don't want a body, I don't want to serve anyone, I just want to become spiritual and just merge in God. It's an issue. People are afraid of having another body. They don't want no more. That's it. Enough done with bodies. I want to go and merge in God and just stay there. But then if you do that, you'll be bored after a while because that thing, that power you are merging in is only Sat and Chit. There's no Anand in there. Okay, it's only eternity and knowledge. There is no Ananda in there. Only when you meet Krishna, you get Sat Chit Anand. There's like, it's not the absolute truth. There's a little bit missing. The Ananda part is missing. This is why when it's Sat Chit and Anand as well. So that is anyway, that's Ekatvena, that I am God. Pratitvena, it means that you think everything is God. Right? All these babas and these stars and sports people, you just worship everyone. Right? So, and demigods, especially demigods, you think because they are the supreme powers, they are either God or they will get us to God. So you start worshipping demigods. And we have a demigod for every day, isn't it? Monday, Shiva, Lord Shiva. Tuesday, Hanumanji. Wednesday, I think it's Ganeshji. Thursday, Brihaspati. Friday, Lakshmi, I think. Lakshmi Devi. Saturday, Shanidev. And who Sunday? Suryadev. We have a God for every day. So you take your pick and you can fast on that day. There you go. So this is Pratitvena, that we worship supreme powers. This is an issue. This is why it's important to read the Bhagavad Gita, to put things into context, put things right. And then finally you have Vishvato Mukham. Vishvato Mukham, the universal form of the Lord. You won't believe that some people don't believe in God as an entity. They think this universe is God. This universe is a living thing. The whole universe is a living thing. And there's different levels. Somebody who hasn't studied the Vedas or scriptures will think that this universe itself, the whole thing is God. And when you want something, and you've seen Bollywood movies, is it like when you're thinking, you ask something from the universe and the whole kainat will come, they got nothing better to do, just come and support you. Right? That's the kind of dialogues they have. The whole universe is going to come and help you to achieve your goal. Because you're the hero basically in the movie, so it'll come and help you. Because they think they don't ask God, they ask the universe for help. And I heard so many people saying, "Oh, I don't believe in God. I believe in nature, isn't it?" People saying, "I believe in nature. I want something. Ask nature to help me. Or everything's coming from nature." And then you got people worshipping rivers, mountains, trees, like that, They ask them. We're just confusing the energetic from the energy. So a lot of people worship the energy. Even in the English people, you got druids, pagans. Pagans, they worship the seasons. When the sun is after the winter, the sun's going to appear, then they're worshipping. Probably, am I thinking the right way? They're thinking, from the darkness to the light, like that, they worship. So people have their own concepts about God, right? So Pratitvena or Vishvato Mukham, they got their own ideas about who God is. It's amazing. Really is amazing. Srila Prabhupada saved us because we have so much to choose from. We can think of anything as God. And, people come up with their own new religions appear all the time, just like political parties appear. What's that one? Cockroach. Very imaginative, right? People are coming out with their own gods and their own political parties side by side, You have all these babas, and then they end up in prison. The people just follow them. We follow anything. We would follow anything. If the person tells us with conviction things, we will follow it. We'll believe it. At least for a while, we believe it. Yeah, this is fresh. This is new. I like this. Anyway, that's the. So, like I said, you're just confusing the energetic with the energy. Just think about the energetic. Where is all this coming from? Who's the original cause of all this? We don't know. So you have to read the scriptures to find out, right? The information is there. So anyway, this thing's been going on, this oneness, and everything is God, and So this oneness, it came from Adi Shankaracharya. I think he introduced that philosophy that we are God, everything is one. You know, everyone, we are God, and we merge in God, like that. And then we got Madhvacharya. He introduced that now we are not God. Soul is not same as God. Soul is soul, and Paramatma is, we are Atma, and there is a Paramatma. We are separate. We are separated energies of God. We are not God. So we come from this lineage, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Vaishnava, like that. To sort all these problems out, we had Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya himself up there. And he gave us the Achintya Abheda philosophy, right? Similar yet different. We are similar yet different. So there is oneness, but there's also duality as well. So we are similar to God, but at the same time we are different to God. You know, mind-boggling, right? So we are similar to God in quality, but not in quantity, and nobody could work that out. You know, somebody saying, "Oh, we're different in quantity." Somebody saying, "We are different in quality." He says we are same in quality, only different quantity. So if the God was a big fire, we'd be just a spark of that fire. If he was a gold mine, we'd be a little speck. So quality same, right? Little spark is same of a fire is fire, but it's in very minute amount, limited. So God is unlimited. We are limited, and we forget that. This minute soul, it starts thinking he's God. It's so powerful. This minute, like little button of a soul, you can animate an elephant, right, or dinosaur. You can animate anything, right? Giants, you can animate. It's so powerful, and he gets a bit ego, thinking that I must be God, because he can do so many things. He can control so many people, right? So many countries start thinking they're God. Yeah, so that's the problem. So even though Mahaprabhu introduced this, it didn't, not everybody is still convinced. But he has prophesied that every town, every village, one day, 10,000 years. So one day, everybody will understand that philosophy. We understood it. We didn't know it. It's not that we were born with this philosophy. We've been through, Sai Baba, Baba Balaknath, and Vaishno Devi Mata, Nangari Mission. We've been through all. My parents, we followed them. But then this is the ultimate stop, right? We reach your final destination. This is the final destination because we come above that. Because the Bhagavad Gita is explaining. We never read it. We don't understand. It's explaining what's the difference between what we've done before and where we are now. There's a big difference. We are talking about the source of all these energies, of all these incarnations. So very, very important. So this is the dilemma. What do you do? So I just want to quickly test you all. So tell me, what was Ekatvena? What does that mean?
One who believes, the one who believes that the soul. Sorry. Ekatvena means one who believes that the soul and the God is not different, and soul merges into the God.
So it's all one, yeah?
Yeah, it's one.
And what is Prithvena? Let somebody else answer that. Prithvena? Anybody? What's Prithvena? Maybe get one of the. Is it still there? I still can't answer it. But anyway, you can. It's there as. Yeah. What does it mean? What is it? You can read it, but what does it mean? What we're just saying. What does it mean? Yeah. So that's the translation. What does it mean, Prithvena?
There's many demigods.
So believing in everyone is God. That's what we're saying, right? So Ekatvena is oneness, and Prithvena is everyone is God, right? There's many gods like that. And Vishvatamukham. Somebody else like to answer? Mother, you want to answer, I think. Yeah. Andy?
Universe.
Universal. What does it mean, universal? Phone, can you give the microphone?
I believe only one God, Bhagavan Krishna, and nothing to do.
What's Vishvato Mukham? वो क्या होता है? What is that?
Vish-
Vishvato Mukham, अभी बात कर रहे थे ना?
Vishwarup.
Vishwaroop.
Vishwarup, yeah.
So universal form, eh?
Universally.
Thank you. Okay. So that is one level. We think in the universe is, the whole universe is God. And then there's people who studied, they don't have knowledge, they think there's three planetary systems. There's three planetary systems. That the highest planet, in the movie they say teen lok, and they'll say three lok. So the highest system, that's the head of God. The middle system is the body, and the bottom, the patal loks, are the feet or the souls of God. So they worship the universe like that. The whole universe is God. They worship. That's it. There is no like Brahm Jyoti God, or there's no Krishna God. This universe is God, because universe is providing everything. And we are made of the five materials that the universe is made of. So we are made from the universe. We come from the universe. We are born as a baby. And we have grown by eating from this universe. The nourishment has come from the universe. So if I was to really tell you powerful, you believe it. Say, yeah, that's true. We are, the universe is God. If there's not this knowledge was not available. And I said to you, look, it's like this, we are same molecules as the universe molecules. So, that is God, that these molecules that come from the universe to us, and we have grown from a baby to a whole person by eating from, what's given us. So it's nourished us, the universe has nourished us. It's our God. And it's believable, isn't it? This is what happens to people. When they don't read scriptures, they start believing, because they have very limited knowledge.
It's interesting, the translation says, others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge. So they conclude that. It's not without knowledge they're concluding that. It says there, others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as one without a second. And that's why many people, when they just have Gyan Yoga, they conclude that I must merge with the Lord because I'm the same. We're all same. Dridra Narayan at the moment, then will become Namo Narayan, right? And it says with the same sacrifice, some would conclude that there is many gods, diverse. And with the same cultivation of knowledge, others would include the universal form. So I wouldn't say that without knowledge they're concluding this. It's by studying, they make the mistake, just studying. So, because they're not devotees. Mahatma is surrendered to the Devi, Shakti. But if they don't surrender to the energetic and the energy, the knowledge will make them believe there's only one. And they will consider themselves as that one as well. And the others will say, no, there's many, many, many gods like that. So I would say that those who are just studying knowledge but not associating with devotees, they'll end up concluding like that.
Absolutely.
So I would say it's not without the knowledge, it's with the knowledge they'll end up concluding.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is what I'm saying, that when you have limited knowledge, then you come to that conclusion. If I was giving you that knowledge and you had not read this book, if I hadn't read, say I hadn't read
I
it.
don't think it's limited knowledge. I think just knowledge only, Gyan only, but there's no Vigyan.
Yeah.
See, and that's why I've just picked it up now because I was just going along with what you're saying. But then I realized this is sacrificed by the cultivation of knowledge. They're actually cultivating it, and it's knowledge only, Gyan only, but there's no Vigyan. And that's why they said, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya updekshanti te jnanam jnaninam tattva darshina. He's taken the darshan. Darshan also means philosophy. Darshan also means have seen it like that. So I would say this is a very interesting point, the way Prabhupada is translated. There are many people saying, study Bhagavad Gita, study this, but if it's not learning from someone, you're going to say 2 plus 2 is 3, or 2 plus 2 is 4. So there's a danger there in cultivating knowledge. But if you are receiving the knowledge, right,
disciplined
that'll be
succession.
different. It depends which guru is telling you it. So if an impersonator is telling you, you'll believe him, because that's why you have Sampradaya. That's Shankaracharya, that's why he did.
Yeah, yeah.
Lord Buddha came and said, you shouldn't be sacrificing animals. And they said, it's in the Vedas. He said, okay, so I reject the Vedas. And then they all followed him. He said, you should actually meditate and then become one with the universe. And then Shankaracharya was sent by Krishna, it's Lord Shivji. So you go there, I am the incarnation Lord Buddha. I had to stop them from misusing the Vedas. Now you go, just say, Vedas is saying the same thing as what Buddha is saying. So that's why they said, well, he's talking about nirvana, but we are talking about merging into the Supreme. So he just changed it a little bit. Then Ramanujam came. Ramanujam just said that Sri Sampadaya, that actually the Lord and us, we are different, right? We're not the same, we're different. Then Madhvacharya came and he said that, we are there. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came simultaneously, one and different in the Madhva line. This is the design of the Lordship like that. But that word, that who engaging means really delving. And that's why in Bharat there's loads of sadhus. And I keep thinking, they're reading the Bhagavatam, but they're concluding it like that. Why? Because they're not listening to the right.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Because this is why we have Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. There are many translations of Bhagavad Gita, right? It depends on who's translated it. So what happens that this is why reading the purports of Srila Prabhupada, because there are many purports of these verses, many purports, and they come with different conclusions. So this is why Srila Prabhupada said, don't, ISKCON, we said, don't read anybody else's translations, because then you'll be confused. Because a lot of times it's concoction. It says cultivation of knowledge, but it's concocted knowledge. This is the problem. It's concocted. So you can cultivate knowledge from any other book, any other translation, but you'll be confused by, or you will come to a different conclusion, as Haridas Prabhu has mentioned. So this is why, as it is, this Bhagavad Gita, as it is, this is based on a devotional level. It's talking about devotion, right? Others may talk about Gyan, like that. It's like Dr. Mishra talking to Srila Prabhupada. He was talking about Gyan. Srila Prabhupada was talking about Krishna being a person, serving him. He actually stopped him. Dr. Mishra stopped Srila Prabhupada for talking about Krishna having a body and being a person, and that you can serve him. And the students who were listening, they said, well, why did he stop you? They even said, I think he's worried that you might take his disciples away, because he's telling about, the Gyani type of, the Brahman. He's talking about Brahman. Yeah, so this is why it's important. You're in the right disciplic succession. You have the right guru. Yes, this information comes from there, because Vedas, they give you everything. Right? Vedanta is Bhakti, Vedanta. That's the conclusion of the Vedas. This is why Srila Prabhupada is called the Vedanta, because he has the conclusion. The conclusion is that Krishna is God, right? The two-arm form, Krishna is God. Whereas the others can come up with other conclusions. So yeah, we're talking about cultivation of knowledge, but in the wrong way. So they take it to all different directions. And this is Prabhupada says that Mahatma, of all these people, Mahatma is the highest. And who's the Mahatma? Who worship Krishna, the two-arm form, holding a flute. Jai. Sachidananda Thai Chant Ki Jai. Yes, you're absolutely right, Prabhu. Yeah. No, it is called, yeah. 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 It says Gyan is the first line is Gyan Yagnena. Is talking about that. Yes, cultivation, but it's concocted cultivation. This is the problem.
Well, the conclusion is concocted. The knowledge is not concocted.
No.
The conclusion
Yeah.
is concocted. 2 plus 2 is 3.
Yes.
It means they're so happy with the conclusion. So anyway,
Yeah.
but I found that interesting.
Absolutely. So, this is our situation. Now, I just want to come back quickly to Mahatma, right? Now, when Lord Chaitanya was speaking to Rupa Goswami in Prayag, he was telling about Mahatmas. So we're looking for Mahatmas. And Lord Chaitanya said, Mahatmas are very hard to find. Right? So he says, Vasudeva Samiti Samahatma So Durlubha. Yeah? So there are very few Mahatmas. And he explained to him how there are very few Mahatmas. Mahaprabhu explained that there's 8.4 million bodies or different types of entities, of which only a few have human body. Right? And of the few that have a human body, some of them are civilized and following Vedic principles, and there are others who are uncivilized and not following Vedic principles. Of the very few that are human bodies, not all of them following Vedic principles. And of those who are following Vedic principles, some of them are just giving lip service. And the ones who are actually following Vedic principles, they are doing it for material gain. Okay? Now, of all these people, who following for material gain, one or two may be wise in there, in those people. So you get it? So you got people who have a human body, some are following Vedic principles, others are not following Vedic principles. The ones who are following Vedic principles, some are giving lip service, the others are just doing it for transaction. They want something. But of those who want something, there might be some wise people in there. Of the wise people in there, one or two may get salvation. So of all the wise people, if a number of those people get salvation, only one or two will be Mahatmas. This is the. So Mahatmas are hard to find. People who get liberated, even those, not all of them are Mahatmas. There might be the occasional Mahatma in there. So Mahatmas are Durlubha. So Gyanis, might get salvation, but after many, many births, you get one Mahatma. That's the problem. So anyway, Krishna is not expecting us to be 100% Mahatma. I think 55% maybe, 60%. Srila Prabhupada said that if you can do that, we'll take you back home, right? So there is hope. And he says just worship the two-hand form with the flute, right? And as you explained last week, Man mana bhava mad bhakto majiyaji namaskuru mameshi satyamte pratijane priyosi me. So do that, worship Krishna. He says, always think of me, become my devotee, right? And worship me and pay your homage to me. That's all he wants. And as we said, that how can you always think of Krishna? And Prabhuji just arrived. We were just talking yesterday that how can you think of Krishna all the time? We can't even think of Krishna when we are doing our chanting. Spend 2 hours in chanting, mind is somewhere else. We can't think. That's the time that we should really be thinking of Krishna, or we should be able to think of Krishna because we give him exclusive time. But we can't think of Krishna even when we're chanting. So how can we think of Krishna all day? It's not possible, right? It's not possible. So Krishna says that, look, I know you have, especially Grastas, you have work to do, you have things to do. You cannot think of me all day, but at least follow my instructions. So whatever you're doing, do that in Dharma. Do your duty in Dharma. He says, forget all dharmas, follow my Dharma. And when he comes here, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, I come to establish Dharma. So follow the Vedic principles. Don't cheat people. Don't lie. Don't get angry, etc., etc. Stay in Dharma. Whatever Krishna is instructing, what kind of life should be living, live like that. And then you automatically connect with Krishna. If you follow his instructions, because he's absolute, he's in everything he does. So at least do that, if nothing else. Yeah, and then, your life can be successful. And and I think you explained about the devotee and the worship part is very interesting that you explained. And so Prabhupada was explaining last week that you can worship Krishna, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're a devotee. Right? For a devotee, you have to give me your heart. Then you're a devotee. So you can worship Krishna, doesn't mean you have given your heart to him. It could be just mechanical process. Right? To be devoted to him, then you must have given your heart to him. Just like Yashodama, Nanda Baba, Then Arjun, Krishna says, you are my devotee. So they all have given their heart to Krishna. Then you are devotee. Otherwise, what is a devotee? So don't just leave your heart in Vrindavan. Don't lose your heart in Vrindavan. Give it to Krishna. Because you don't know, if you lost it, how are you going to give it to Krishna? Don't lose your heart. Give it to him for safekeeping soon as you get there, I think, best way. Isn't it? So, yeah. So please try, read Bhagavad Gita, and let's cultivate knowledge properly according to Srila Prabhupada's instructions, not to anyone else's instructions, because this is very devotional based literature, that scriptures that we must follow, and then read Srimad Bhagavatam as well. Just go and get all this knowledge and then use it. Knowledge is not for keeping here, it's for transforming you. Otherwise, wasting your time reading. Transform yourself with that knowledge. This is Vigyan, as you mentioned earlier. Right? Not just Gyan, this is Vigyan. So use this knowledge, transform your life. So I'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Shupad ki jai.
Has anybody got comment or question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just want to correct my understanding. Haridas Prabhu can make me correct if I'm wrong. So, as you explained that as a grihastha especially, people is not able to remember Krishna throughout the day. Yeah, that you explained that Krishna said, okay, just follow my instruction, and he gave some instructions. He was something like don't be lie and help people, whatever, like kind of charity others. That's a good thing, I think. So in my understanding, I think Prabhupada said little bit different, slightly different way.
Yeah. Before you tell me, I'm saying that that's the bottom.
Bottom.
At least do that.
At least that's.
Yeah.
Because in my understanding, these things have been under the pious activities. It's a pious activity.
Yeah, at least be pious.
The problem is the people, the society, they think this is the ultimate, border of religion, actually, the bhakti. If you do things, that's enough. I was speaking to Haridas Prabhu. The most people think to just help others and they do some pious activities and just chant Hare Krishna once before go to bed. That is the dharma, that is the religion. But as you know, in my understanding, Prabhupada said, how can you remember throughout the day Krishna actually? Do karma for Krishna. Like even as a grihastha, if you're going for work, earn money and spend for Krishna. That's also remembering Krishna as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Prabhuji. And
I
actually,
don't know, is it okay to that's
in 1865, verse 1865, right? Manmana Bhava Bhakta, that I just quoted, Srila Prabhupada says that mold your life so that you can always remember Krishna. But that comes with time. There's a lot of new people here, so I'm telling for their benefit that at least be good, right? Be good. That's the beginning. But when you read Bhagavad Gita, you say that he says that mold your life in such a way that you can always think of Krishna throughout the day. And then that is up to us, how we mold our life, that we can always think. That's something we have to work out according to our circumstances, time, place, circumstance. We have to work out how we can think of Krishna all day. We do, right? We do. Yeah, we do nursing arti 3 times a
That's what I
day.
was saying actually.
And we be chanting
Devotee, anything
throughout
do,
the day.
it's connected to Krishna.
We
related
listen to
Krishna,
kirtan
remembering Krishna. Yeah.
while
Okay.
I've got my kirtan on while I'm working.
Yeah.
We find a way.
Yeah.
Once you give your heart to Krishna, you find a way. You know, so Prabhupada doesn't say, do this. He says, mold your life in such a way. He's left it open. You mold your life according to your time, place, circumstance. And so you can always think Krishna. And as you give your heart to Krishna, you want to think of him. You cannot force yourself to think of him. You want to think of him throughout the day. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, mine was like, that's like base.
Thank you.
Base
Thank
level.
Anybody else comment or question?
Mataji's there.
Oh, there's
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. That was very clear from your class. So, some of the points, but I just want to, understand the sequence. Like, is there any sequence a person can find out? Like a person is improving, whether it can be in a different lifetime or in the same lifetime, like how it goes. Like in a devotee, when we start practicing Krishna consciousness, it is Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and Uttam Adhikari. Before that, is there any sequence like a person has to follow like Shunyavadi, Mayavadi, and how do they actually follow? If you can explain that.
So, Lord Chaitanya said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the person who comes to Krishna consciousness is very chatur. Right? There's a poem says he's very chatur. Absolutely, that's yeah. So he says he was very chatur. Why? Because he did not go roundabout. He came straight to Krishna. So let's now think about all these other. This is what the verse is on about. That don't waste your time, about Brahmavadi, Mayavadi, or anything like that. We've all been through there, with our parents. They've taken us everywhere, right? But at least we're thinking about God. In whatever form, we're thinking about God. We're worshiping God. But best to take the lift instead of the staircase, especially a winding one. Let's not do that. Go straight to, take the lift straight to Krishna consciousness. This is what I'm saying, that where we are now is the best place. Because our life is not that long. And 10, 20, 30. I was just speaking to my uncle recently. He says, it's 23 years ago I came to see you. I thought, really? It seems like yesterday. It's 23 years he came to see us in UK. So time flies, So we can't afford to waste it. You can't waste time. Go straight to the boss. Don't mess around talking to this and this. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, this actually I've asked Haridas Prabhu always. Sometimes I ask him that, Prabhuji, it's very difficult for me to understand like what exactly is Shunyavadi and what exactly is Mayavadi, and he has always answered the same thing, that you're very lucky, you don't understand.
Yeah.
So it's best for you not to understand.
Very
Just
good
focus
answer.
on
Because Srila Prabhupada says, when your house is on fire, you don't think about how did the fire began and start investigating. You get out.
Yeah.
So, samsara dava, right? This house is on fire. Just get out of here. Don't think about the minute details. Or somebody said that you got malaria and you're trying to find out which mosquito bit you. You go and sort out your malaria, right? Get the medicine.
Yeah.
So like that. So let's not work on these details.
No, it's actually it is helpful when we are talking to somebody who is curious to know all this.
Excellent.
And being a devotee, if we are not answering their questions, they are not believing in all this. They say that how do we these people also, what do you think that?
This was actually about Ekatvena Pratitvena
Yeah.
Vishvatama.
So the Buddhists, they actually believe you're a consciousness, you're not a soul. And then they said, as you get the knowledge, then you get nirvana. So, like nirgun, nirvana. So you obliterate yourself, then you become part of the cosmos. So you become one with the universe, right? Cosmos. The Mayavadis believe you're individual. They believe in reincarnation and everything, but they think you've come from Brahman. You drop down, you're in Maya, and then you're going to go back and then enjoy this bliss of being merged with the Brahman. It goes, Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yad jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagvaniti shabdyate. this entity is just one, but the perception is, to some, it's impersonal. The truth is impersonal. The other one is that he is the Lord in the heart, like the yogis, they meditate on the heart. And the others who are bhaktas, they believe in Bhagwan, who is in Golok, in the spiritual world, and he descends like that. And each perspective gives you different process of linking with it. The Brahmgyanis usually study a lot, the Vedanta and all that kind of thing. So they conclude, one day our knowledge is good, we'll merge there. So then we won't suffer anymore. So they are Mayavadis. Shunyavadis is like Buddhist. They actually say you go down to Shunya, means zero. It means your consciousness, and then you don't have any identity. And that's why they call it Buddha. Buddha means intelligence. It means you become intelligent, right? And that's why, but they have the largest deities in the world. The Buddhists are the largest deities of Buddha, you know. So that's Shunyavadi. Mayavadi is that even the Lord, he comes from the Brahmjyoti, but he's in Maya, although he's superior to us. And that's Mayavadi Krishna Pradi. We call it, you're calling Krishna, Maya, in Maya, that is Aprad. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't want to even talk to them. Then the Bhagwan one, Bhakta, Bhagwan, Bhakti. Bhakta, Bhakti, Bhagwan. These three, that's why a Bhakta is very, very superior in one sense. He doesn't think he's superior. He said, Das Anudas. He doesn't brag about his knowledge. He just realized I'm insignificant, I'm a nobody. Yet he wants to serve the highest, which is Krishna. So they say Satyam Param Dhimahi. So the Param Satya, they merit on, and Param Satya is the walking, talking Krishna. So they conclude, actually the highest truth is Krishna. He can't do any wrong. Like the sun cannot see any darkness. He can't. Once darkness complained to Krishna saying, the sun doesn't let me exist. So he called Surya Dev saying, why don't you let darkness exist? Because darkness who? I've never seen it. He said, can you tell him to come in front? So he told darkness, okay, come in front, present your case. He goes, I can't. If I come in front there, I disappear, don't I? So the sun doesn't know darkness. Similarly, Krishna does not know what wrong is. He is the truth. Whatever he does is the truth. Makhan chor, truth. Dil chor, truth. Dil chor, chit chor, all this kind of thing. He can't, he is the force. He's ultimate. And once you accept that, then you don't criticize any of his leela. You appreciate, you say, wonderful. Varahadev appears. You realize, what a wonderful form. We'll say, what, a boar? Is a boar as a pet? To us, in our eyes, as an animal. But the devotees think, what a wonderful Adbhut, eh? Krishna, Nrsimhadev appeared. Everybody got frightened. But Prahlad Maharaj got a garland and just garland. He was looking at his lotus feet. He's a human being. So our drishti, the way we look at the Supreme Lord, very, very important, because it can make you conclude wrongly. That's why an association of devotees, you'll always complete Krishna's tu Bhagavan say. That'll be your conclusion. With the Mayavadis, you're just saying, yes, we are suffering so much. There's birth, death, and all that. Ultimately, we'll be peaceful when we merge with Brahman, which doesn't have any Maya tinge at all. That'll become your conclusion. With the yogis, you'll sit and meditate for hours and saying, yes, I do feel something there. But the truth is, they're all correct, but the highest is the Bhagwan ones, the ones who consider Krishna can't do any wrong, and they surrender to him like that. So Shunyavadis were needed because people start to cheat on the basis of Veda. They would eat meat like anything because they sacrifice there. They've sacrificed the cow, and the cow is predicted will go to this village, it'll be a human being. They would check there, a baby's born, and they would know that I've transferred that animal into a human being. They have the power. In Kali Yuga, they don't have it. So that's banned. So Lord Buddha came and banned that. He said, we reject the Vedas. Then Shankaracharya came, established the Vedas again. Because Vedas is saying the same thing. Impersonally, he did that. But he's the one who said, Shankaracharya, Bhaj Govinda, Bhaj Govinda, Bhaj Govinda, Mudmate. And he actually did the stuti, Radha Kripa Kataksh. Shankaracharya, he wrote that. And many others, many stutis of Krishna, Krishna was, and Shankaracharya wrote it. But in the end, he said to his disciples, don't do grammatical discussions, just surrender to Govinda. Even he concluded. So please realize it's a leela of the Lord, done by Lord Shivji, because we humans had gone the wrong way. And in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the highest that Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Just consider Krishna, and you can serve Radha Krishna in the spiritual world as a manjari. Manjari means you're not desiring to be with Krishna or love him or Radha Rani. You're serving them so they can love each other. So you're the servant saying, Radha Krishna, you should be sitting together. So that's why we have the altar. We prepare an asan. We bring bhoga for them. We sing to them for their pleasure. Otherwise, Krishna is Atmaram. Atmaram means he's fully satisfied. He doesn't need anybody. Do you think Krishna is hungry? No. Does he need your singing? We sing Besura. He sings Bansuri. We are Besura. And how can we please him? He knows all the tals. He's a musician and all that. But the thing is, we glorify him. And we benefit by that. We benefit because we can't understand him, and we're not even going to try to understand him. And don't even try to be perfect, because he's the perfect one. You're competing with him if you want to be perfect. Just saying, I cannot be perfect, but whatever is in the Bhagavatam, I'll quote it. Whatever is in the Bhagavad Gita, I'll quote it. So you become Dasanudas. So Prabhuji very nicely explained 9:15 verse, and we discussed on it. Like, I didn't know, I have never focused on the verse, but just now realized it's by cultivation of knowledge that you end up concluding differently, because you don't have a proper mentor. You're not following somebody. And Prabhupada said very nicely, this tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. This jnaninas darshan meaning through his parampara he's realized that is what the truth, not his own concoction, as you said. So we follow the parampara there. That's why we actually have worship of the Charyas. People wonder, who are they? They have concluded the same. All the dots are lining up. And we just repeat it. And then few years' time, we also realize that is the truth. We just been to a couple of houses where people have lost their loved ones. And the children are there, the grown-ups are there. And we are speaking like very quickly, because we realized it. Bhoktaram Yagyata, we just sang, Dehi no Svinjatha Dehe Komaram. And I said, forgive me, I'm speaking in Sanskrit, so you know I'm quoting Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, in my mind, I think this death is like that. And people say, who are you? Right? I'm just gone into a house, they don't know me. I've gone with Bhagavad Gita. I said, it says, Dehi no Svinjatha Dehe Komaram. Na Jayate Mriyate Vakadajin. And then I do the translation. I'm very safe, because I'm not speculating. And we should all learn this Bhagavad Gita, because it's for, like Ishani said, when you talk to others, if the devotees don't know the difference between impersonal, shunyavadi, and bhakta, then they'll be confused thinking they don't know it all, you know. So it's a wonderful class today that we've discussed. And I love this discussion. And do forgive me that whenever I come in with the point, even I'm seeing something new which I didn't see there. Nobody should claim they know the Gita. Just keep reading, you'll see one word or one thing is a continent. They think, oh my God, I never saw that. You know, it's based on the knowledge, you end up concluding wrong. But others are bhaktas. They said, there's a story where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, sorry, I'm taking a little time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South Bharat, and there's one person had the Bhagavad Gita there, he's crying. And other Vaishnavas are laughing at him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, who is he? He goes, no, he can't even read Sanskrit and all that. He just always cries like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to him and goes, so what he got? He goes, Bhagavad Gita. He goes, actually, I can't read and all that kind of thing. He was honest. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, but you're crying. And he said, the reason I'm crying is, whenever I hold the book like that, I can see Krishna and Arjun. I can see them like that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have understood the Gita. It means you take darshan, you know. And he said, these words are spoken by Krishna. He was in love with the Bhagavad Gita. Others knew it. You know, shloka, this distinction, this distinction. He just said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you've understood the Gita. And that example is beautiful. Please just memorize shlokas. Don't be perfectionist. You'll end up criticizing other people, saying he doesn't know Gita, you know, whatever. This ego will destroy your bhakti. So you mustn't be really become Mahapandit or something. But a Mahatma will never say he's Mahatma. He says, I'm Duratma. I'm most fallen. They even write on the letter, most fallen soul, you know. Please have that bhav. Otherwise, you'll say, I get up for Mangalarti, I do 16 rounds, I know there's so many shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, you know, I do this, I do that, and people will be thinking, okay, but I don't do that. But I'm happy as you are. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Do this and just realize, Krishna, I'm not doing enough like that. And next time you'll be in Vrindavan, you'll be in front of the deities, tears will come in your eyes. You're thinking, I don't even know this. How come this tear came? Tears are automatic. Some can pretend in Bollywood, but otherwise tears should be natural. And please, today's class is telling you, study it with having somebody there explaining to you what it is. And Prabhupada's purports are explaining it. Do read the purports as well. Otherwise, you'll read the verses only. You think you got it. No, you've concluded what it says there like that. Sorry, I've taken too much time. I think it's Aarti time now.
I just want to quickly add that in the first chapter, the first page, it says in there that Srila Prabhupada says that this Bhagavad Gita should be learned from a devotee. So somebody who knows, don't try to translate yourself. Like these things in there, we will misunderstand. So yeah, even at the beginning, right at the beginning, Srila Prabhupada explains, must be learned, ask a devotee to help you with this. And this is why we have these programs as well, that we can learn from each other. You have a discussion. Something I can speak, and then we can discuss it and trying to get it more accurate. So there's no problem with that. And one more thing was that we're just reading Canto 2, Chapter 2, something that I found really interesting, because this material world has got unlimited universes. And yet the spiritual world is 3 times bigger. Okay? So this material world is 1/4 of the spiritual world. And in that spiritual world, there are living entities who are pure devotees, or like Nitya Siddhas, internal servants of Krishna. There are a lot more internal servants of Krishna than we are in here, stuck in the material world. Right? Very important thing, that there are a lot more internal servants of Krishna than there are, Nitya Buddhas like us, fallen souls here. And yet still, Krishna, he would want us back. He still cares. Still there's a Paramatma in the heart, whether we're an animal or a human, still there. He cares for every minute soul. He cares for everyone. It's not that he's thinking, I've got enough people there. When you got a lot of good friends, you can ignore the one that's not really so good. But Krishna doesn't ignore anyone, even though we neglect him, he never did. And I thought that's very interesting, that even though we are in this situation, in this fallen situation, why are we fallen? What does fallen mean? Srila Prabhupada explained, fallen means that we are in Maya here. We are in this material world. That means we are fallen, because we are in touch with material energy. That's where we are. That means fallen. And yet Krishna is still, still making arrangements for us all the time, giving us everything. Thank you. Thank you.
So if you can stand up now, please, and we'll do the Aarti. And today my friend here, Vaikunt Ramanji, has done seva. He's actually cooked the prasad for everyone, and we're going to send a sheet around. You have to give marks, 10 out.
Harival. Jaya Gaura Nitaya, Jaya Gaura
बाजे करताला
माधुर मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला
मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला
हो शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे
शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
हो शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे
बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
हो माधुर 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 बाजे
मधुर 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 बाजे
माधुर 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 बाजे
मधुर मधुर बाजे
हो निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
गौरा हरि बोल
निताय गौर निताय गौर
निताय गौरा हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि
निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर
निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर
बहु कोटि चंद्राजिनी वदन उज्ज्वला
बाहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वला
गाला देशे वनमाला कोरे जलमाला
माला देशे वनमाला कोरे जलमाला
शिवा सुख नारद प्रेमे गदा गादा
शिवा शुक नारद प्रेमे गदगादा
भक्ति विनोद लेखे गौरार संपादा
अति विनोदा देखे गौरा रसंपादा
कि बजया जय गौरा चांद्रे आरती को शोभा
जयो
जय
गौरा चांदे आरती को शोभा
जानवे तटवाने जगमान लोभा
नवी तटवाने जगा मन लोभा
ओ गौरंगे आरती शोभा जग जन मानो लोभा
गौरांगेरारोति शोभा जगचन मन लोभा
ओ गौरंगे आरती शोभा जग जन मानो लोभा
गौरांगेरारोति शोभा जगचन मन लोभा
ओ जग जन मानो लोभा
जगचन मन लोभा
जग जन मानो लोभा
जगचन मन लोभा
निताय गौरा
Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol.
Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol.
Nitai gaur, Nitai gaur, Nitai gaur, Nitai gaur.
Nitai gaur, Nitai gaur, Nitai gaur, Nitai gaur.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale
Prabhupada.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nite Namine
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Pasata Desatarini Namaste Saraswati Devi Prabhupada Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Jai Ho Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jai Ho Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hey Ho Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me Nilachalo Chandra Swami Jagannath नीलाचल माधव प्यारे जगन्नाथ नीलाचल चंद्र
स्वामी जगन्नाथ नीलाचल माधव प्यारे जगन्नाथ
जय जगन्नाथ जय श्याम सुंदर प्यारे जगन्नाथ
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय श्याम सुंदर प्यारे जगन्नाथ
जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरे विष्णु प्रिया प्राण धन नदया बिहारी सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरे विष्णु प्रिया प्राण धन नदया बिहारी गौरा 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 हरे पतित पावन गौरा हरे जय निताय चांद जय निताय चांद जय निताय चांद जय एक चक्रधार निताय चांद जय निताय चांद जय निताय चांद जय एक जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा रमण राधे गिरिराज महाराज गिरिराज महाराज गिरिराज महाराज जय गिरिराज महाराज गिरिराज महाराज जय गिरिराज महाराज जय गिरिराज महाराज जय गिरिराज जय श्री मधुसूदन श्री मधुसूदन श्री मधुसूदन जय श्री मधुसूदन श्री मधुसूदन श्री मधुसूदन जय श्री मधुसूदन जय श्री मधुसूदन जय मानिमा 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 जय मानिमा जय मानिमा 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 जय मानिमा रामदेव कौन नाम सिद्धार्थ सिद्धार्थ प्रभु कौन है भाई रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन
राघव राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
हा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Ah, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
हे राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा
रानी की जय महारानी की जय.
हे बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय
बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय.
हे राधा रानी की जय महारानी की जय राधा
रानी की जय महारानी की जय.
हे राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में डोलो
राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में डोलो.
हे राधे राधे बोलो वृंदावन में डोलो
राधे राधे बोलो
वृंदावन में
डोलो.
हे राधे राधे बोलो कॉवेंट्री में डोलो
राधे राधे बोलो कोवेंट्री में डोलो.
हे राधे राधे बोलो अपने दिल में डोलो
राधे राधे बोलो अपने दिल में डोलो.
हे राधे राधे बोलो मायापुर में डोलो
राधे राधे बोलो मायापुर में डोलो.
हे राधे राधे बोलो पूरी धाम में डोलो
राधे राधे बोलो पूरी धाम में डोलो.
श्री राधे गोपाल बजमन श्री राधे
जय श्री राधे गोपाल जय जन श्री राधे.
श्री राधे गोपाल बजमन श्री राधे श्री राधे गोपाल
भजमन श्री राधे.
श्री राधे गोविंद राधे
श्री राधे गोविंद राधे.
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे.
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम
जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम.
वो प्यारी राधे प्यारो श्याम प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम
प्यारी राधे प्यारो श्याम प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम.
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम
जय जय राधे
जय जय श्याम
जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम.
जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल केशव माधव दीन दयाल जय
गोविंदा जय गोपाल केशव माधव दीन दयाल.
वो दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल
दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल.
जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री
वृंदावन धाम.
श्याम सुंदर कन्हैया लाल गिरिवरदारी नंद दोला
श्याम
सुंदर कन्हैया लाल गिरिवरदारी
नंद
One Nanda Dolal Prabhu Nanda Dolal Nanda Dolal Prabhu Nanda Dolal Nanda Dolal Prabhu
Nanda Dolal, Nanda Dolal, Prabhu Madana Dolal.
Jai Govinda Jai Gopal Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal
Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Keshava Madhava Dina Dayal.
Bolo Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe,
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe,
Oh Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe,
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe,
Oh Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe,
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe,
Oh Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe,
Oh Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe.
Hey, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hey Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hey Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hey Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Jai Jagannath Hey Jai Jagannath
Jai Jagannath,
Jai Baladeva
Jai Baladeva,
Jai Subhadra
Jai Subhadra,
Hey Jagannath Jagannath
Jagannath,
Hey
Jagannath,
Jagannath Jagannath
Jagannath,
Hey Jagannath Jagannath
Jagannath,
Jagannath
Jagannath,
Baladev
Baladev,
Subhadra
Subhadra,
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada
Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Gurudev 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 Gurudev
Gurudev, 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 Gurudev.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol
Jai Gaur,
Hari Bol Once more and again Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari
Nitai Gaur.
Hari Bol
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Yeah Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Gaura Premanande
Hari Bol.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe Round of applause for Radhya. What a brilliant.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद अभय चरण अरविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु परंपरा की जय। सरग गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री श्री सच्चिदानंद निताय चांद की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, श्री श्री राधा माधव राधा रमन भगवान की जय, इस्कॉन कॉवेंट्री की जय, परम आराध्य पतित पावन शीला गुरु महाराज की जय, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर ब्रह्मानंदी. All glories to the similarities, all glories to the similarities, all glories, all glories, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj ki jai ho.
क्या बात है. हाँ, ठीक है.
ठीक है, वैसे बेटर है.
Okay, so we're going to do the Singadev Aarti now. Hope you enjoyed the Aarti. And Singadev protects people who are in the body and who have left their bodies as well. So if anybody has departed, like Mr. Tara in Leamington, so we'll pray for him. And also yesterday we did Varsi and it was Vivek. And for him, is anybody else who's not well, or you got exams or something, please. Thank you for coming. Yeah, surprise. And so please do the Nrsingadev prayer. And we all need protection because we get challenges one after another. Nrsingadev, just like he protected Prahlad Maharaj, he'll protect us. So who would like to sing the Nrsingadev prayer? Anybody? Any volunteers? Or any tears?
Together, okay. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Lad Daine. Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha. Shilatanka Kalahe. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha Hridahe Narsimha. Narasinghamadim Sharanam Prapade. Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Madbhuta Shringaya. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa. Jayo Jagadisha Hare, Jayo Jagadisha Hare, Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Shavadita Narahari Rupa. Jayo Jagadisha Hare, Jayo Jagadisha Hare, Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Keshavadita Narahari Rupa. Jayo Jagadisha Hare, Jayo Jagadisha Hare, Jayo Jagadisha Hare. Jayo Narsingha Dev, Jayo Narsingha Dev, Jayo Narsingha Dev, Jayo Narsingha Dev. जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जयो जयो गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल ओ हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओ निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर नरसिंहदेव भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल।